Hello and welcome to my lecture series on data aggregation and grouping in Pandas. First, I will share with you how many data aggregation functions are there in Pandas. Then I will show you how could we group those data and use aggregation functions depending upon some criteria. Then I will give you some mathematical overview of this topic, and lastly I will give you some coding example on Titanic dataset. I have already used Titanic dataset in my other lecture series like Data Exploration 1 and Data Exploration 2. So those four are the aggregation function of Pandas. They are count, sum, min, max, mean and median. And there is another function in Pandas which is used to group data. The name of that function is Groupby. So this is our dummy dataset. I use that dummy dataset to show you how to use aggregation functions. There are some name of pizzas. Then I write down the class of those pizzas, price of those pizzas, how many slices are there in those pizzas, and how many dips are available for those pizzas. Now you can easily see that there are 7 pizzas. So when I use count function, it will return 7 as there are only 7 pizzas. Then if I use sum functions, then it will give us the total price, total slice and total dips for this dummy dataset. Now if I use the mean function, and if I apply the mean function in a particular column, like here I apply mean function in dips column, so it returned 2 because 2 is the minimum number for dips column. And I use max function for slices column, and it returned 8 because 8 is the maximum number of slices for pizza. So next function is mean. Mean is nothing but the average of any numeric column. So here I averaged price column. So first I sum up all the price and then I divided it by 7 and I got 9.275, which is the average of the price column. Last one is the median. Median is the middle of a sorted list of numbers. So to find out median, I need to sort any column, any numeric valued column. So here I sort slices column. So I got 4, 6, 6, 8, 8, 8, 8. Now there are 7 values in the data set. So obviously the middle one is fourth value, which is 8. So I write down 8 as my median. So now we will take a look on group by. So let's take an example that we want to calculate the price of beef pizza, pepperoni pizza, sausage pizza and cheese pizzas individually. So here you can easily see that we need a classification or a filter to sum up the price of pizzas, and this filter is the class column. So I use group by with some function so that I can find out the price of pizzas like beef pizzas, pepperoni pizzas individually. So in this type of situation, we always use group by clause to find out the sum of different kind of things. Here I open the Kaggle workspace. This is the Titanic dataset. For that I need to import two libraries, that is NumPy and Pandas. After that I was creating a data frame. The name of the data frame is df, and now I like to take a look on my data set. So I write down df.head, which will give us first 5 rows of my data set. I can see that there are several columns like passenger ID, P class name. There are some columns which hold numeric values and some hold string values. Now I am going to apply aggregated functions and in my dataset, the df dataset. So I write down df.count. Now I hit the run button. I got passenger ID 418. That means passenger ID has 418 rows, P class has 418 rows, but I can see that age has 332 rows and cabin has 91 rows. So clearly there are some data which is missing from that data set. But in today's lesson we will not take a look on the missing columns. Our aim is to use aggregated functions. So we will move to our next aggregated function, that is sum. So I write down df.sum. I got the summation for passenger ID, P class, ticket. You can see that there is no problem with the numeric columns, but where for the name, sex, those type of columns, they can add one by one after another. Now if I want to use some function in a particular column, the command will be df within square bracket maybe I want to know the age, summation of age. So I write down df within square bracket age, then I write down sum. So this is the total value 10050.5. So the next one is find out the mean value, that means the minimum value and the maximum value for all the columns from our dataset. So I write down df dot mean. I got the minimum value for passenger ID is 892, p class is 1, fare is 0, then embarked, ticket. So all are the minimum values for the columns. Now if I want to find out the maximum value from our data set for each column, I should write down df dot max hit the run button. So I got the maximum value for each column. Now if I want to find out the minimum value or the maximum value for a particular column, the syntax will be df within square bracket. So I want to find out the maximum value for ticket. So I write down ticket, then I write down max. So I got this is the maximum value for ticket, that is WEP 5734. Now if I want to find out the minimum value for age, so I write down df square bracket age, then mean, hit run button. So I got 0.17. This is not a correct age value, as age is a floating type of value, so there are some misleading data as well, and we did not filter our data set, so we got this type of value. For clean data set, we will surely get the minimum value for age. For now, this is the minimum value for the age, that is 0.17. So now we want to find out the mean. So df dot mean, as you all know that mean is nothing but the average. So we got the average for numeric valued column. So we got the average for P, passenger ID, P class, age. You can see that in mean comment they exclude the string type of columns, and they can only include the numeric valued columns. If I want to find out the median, then I write down df dot median, and I hit the run button. So those are the median. Now same trick is applied. We can apply the same trick for mean and median. If you want to see the mean of a particular column or the median of a particular column, so let's think that we want to see the mean for age column. So I write down df within square bracket age, then mean. Sorry. So this is the mean age. Same, we can apply the same thing for median as well. So let's see the median age. So df 27 is the median age from the total data set. Now we will move to another important section of this tutorial, that is group by. So group by is used to split the data set depending upon some criteria. So now I will write down a simple group by command, and you can see the end result of this group by command within a moment. So I write down df group by within brackets, the column name that is sex, and then I write down sum. So I want to split our data set. I want the summation of the column depending upon a criteria, that is sex. So I got the summation of passenger ID, P class, age, but if we take a close look on the on our output, we can see that there are 326 female P class passenger, whereas 621 male P class passenger. There are fair differences as well depending upon the male and female. So now if I want to see only the age of a female, summation of age for female and male, so now I need to specify the column name as well. So I write down df dot group by sum. So I want to know the summation of the age of all female and summation of age of all male. So here the column that I want to need to include, that is age. Now I hit run button. So see, I got 3,844.59 for female and 6,205.91 for male. The syntax of max min with group by is little bit different from other aggregated function like sum, medium, etc. So the syntax will be df, that is the data frame name, dot group by the column name. Then we need to write down the column name where we apply the group by. Then we need to write down another command, that is HEG, and within parentheses, after that we need to write down a square bracket, and then we write down min comma max. So this command will give us the age, maximum age for a female, maximum age for a male, maximum age for a minimum age for a female, and minimum age for a male. So I hit the run button. See, the group by command split the data set depending upon sex, that is male and female, and it takes minimum age for a male and maximum age for a male, minimum age for a female and maximum age for a female. I already told you that the dataset is not clean, so that we get the minimum age like that is 0.17 and 0.33. Once we clean our dataset, we can see that we will get the right minimum value for age. For now, we think that this is our minimum value for age. The same things we can apply for fair column as well. Let's see what will happen. That is df dot group by dot fair, sorry, that is fair dot agg. So we got the minimum fair and maximum fair. The fair are totally depend upon the sex, that is the female and male. So a female paid 6.95 as a minimum fair, and a male paid nothing as a minimum fare, and the maximum fare for a female is 512, whereas the maximum fare for a male person is 262. Now we are going to apply group by with mean and median. So df dot group by sex this time we want to split our data set depending upon the sex, and we want to know the fare, mean fare, that means the average fare. So we got the average fare for a female person is 49, whereas the average fare for male is 27. Last one is median, so we write down df dot group by. This time we want to change our comment little bit. I want to split depending upon the name. So median fair. Let's see what will happen. So it split the data set depending upon the name. There are lots of names, so we only see here the 10 names, the first 5 name and the last 5 name, and it will calculated the median fare from the list of the name. Just for a change, I wrote here name. You can also change it with sex as well. That's all for today. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.